So unfortunately, this isn't an adventure-packed vlog as per usual, but instead today I wanted to share 7 of my most recent gear and travel accessories that has made exploring and capturing my adventures and then sharing them online with you so much easier. Alright, so the first 3 things are all photography and camera related. Basically, after very critically analyzing my content on YouTube over the past several years, I realized that there were a few things that I needed to upgrade my kit in order to elevate my content to the place where I wanted it to be at. And there were 2 key things that I needed. So the first thing was a new camera. Yes, I know that the best camera is the one that you have on you, and I definitely don't disagree with that statement. But for me, I knew it was time. So I've had this old Sony a5100 for, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years now. Can I put one in my mouth?
Yeah, absolutely.
Pick a long one.
I'm pretty nervous.
Okay, well.
It's kind of fun. I cannot feel my upper lip at all, and my fingers and my toes.
Thoughts?
Although it was brilliant and it did the job that I needed it to do at the time, I noticed after a while that the image quality was seriously lacking. I was a bit limited on slow motion, which I really wanted to get for all of that wildlife stuff, and I kind of wanted to get on that 4K train. So that brings me to my first item. After lots and lots of Googling, going through lots of YouTube reviews, discussions with Blair, reading tech blogs, I finally decided on the Sony a6600. Despite its small size, this thing packs a punch. I'm actually in other news testing out the Sony a6600. So yeah, after debating between Canon and Sony, I was looking at the Canon EOS R, I was looking at the Sony a7 series. For its price, it is unbeatable. I bought it at a local camera shop in Cape Town called Orms, and I got it on special for 24,000 Rand, there and thereabouts, but I see that it is currently retailing at $1,398 US for just the body. So I'm certainly not going to be doing a full camera review for you guys, trust me, there are a ton of them out there on the internet. But I just wanted to highlight some of the features that so far, I'm still figuring the camera out, that I have found pretty useful and quite a game changer in my vlogs that I think you might find interesting. So this thing shoots 4K in 24 frames per second, and then it also shoots slow motion of 60 frames per second and 120 frames per second. So the Sony a6600 has a crazy eye detection or face detection, which it has been praised for. As soon as it sees a subject or a face in frame, it locks onto it and it just stays there. It's absolutely crazy. This has been such a game changer for vlogging. Obviously, this does have a flip out screen, which is great, but often my mic is blocking that. So I can't really see what I'm filming, but I have a lot of trust that this camera has locked onto my face and that my face is in focus. One of the last great features that I have noticed with this camera is the battery life. So my old Sony took these small little batteries, which lasted all of 20 minutes if you were lucky. You needed a stockpile of them if you were shooting the whole day. This camera, I only have one battery for it at the moment, although I am looking to invest in another. But this lasts me a whole day of shooting. When we were in the bush, I would only use this one battery from sunrise to sunset, filming with a long lens, and still when I got home in the evening, the battery wasn't exhausted. Sony was definitely renowned for having very terrible battery life, so I'm very glad that they have upgraded this feature. So at the moment, the main thing that I'm finding challenging is taking stills on this camera. I always used to take stills on my old Canon 5D and I have sold that. So I found the change with stills coming from a DSLR to a mirrorless. I don't know, it feels very different. I think this is more a me issue as opposed to a camera issue. I just basically need to put more time in with figuring out and feeling comfortable with taking stills on this camera, because lately I have been resorting to using my phone more often than not. Next up on the list is this beast. This is the Sigma 150 to 600mm contemporary zoom lens. It has a variable aperture of f5 to 6.3 and currently retails for $900. For anyone in South Africa, that translates to 15,000 Rand. That's what it's currently selling for. And let me tell you, this is bang for your buck. We were debating between this lens and then the Tamron 150 to 600mm f5 to 6.3, which is exactly the same. And after chatting to the local guys at our camera store, after watching various YouTube reviews once again and reading tech blogs, we settled on this in the end. So we did obviously test this lens out before buying it, just to make sure that we were making the correct choice. But it was only after we purchased it and tested it in the field that we realized how great a lens this really is. I think what impressed us both a lot was the image stabilization, especially when hand-holding this camera. We were capturing birds in flight above us, and the speed of the lens as well was just such a game changer. This lens comes with this super nifty tripod mount thing. It also comes with a lens hood, and what's really great is a super padded lens carry bag. And you're ready to go. Next up on the list, and the last of the photography content, is this awesome beanbag. Now I know that this doesn't look like anything special, and it's certainly not reinventing the wheel here.
Nix? What are you doing?
Scooping up a souvenir for home. No, on our last trip to Kruger, I bought this. It's a photography beanbag, a travel photography beanbag, and I basically use it instead of a tripod when we're filming wildlife.
Makes such a difference. All the shots are so nice and steady. You rest your camera on it.
And it's cool. It comes with like these little plastic balls, but you can just take them out. So I've decanted those at home because the weight's obviously too much for flying. And now you can fill it up with whatever you find. Beach sand, normal sand.
Is that our baking measuring cup?
Yeah, I bought it from home.
You didn't think there would have been a spoon here? We could have used our hands.
No, because look how easy this is.
How much sand is that? 125 mils?
85.
Okay.
But yeah, this thing changes how stable you are, which I need.
Basically, what I've been doing when filming wildlife stuff in order to avoid shake, because I am extremely shaky, you literally just wind the window down, you put this on the side of the vehicle, and you rest your camera and lens on here to avoid any shake. So I chose this beanbag specifically because it is aimed at travel. So if you are traveling a lot, that is one tip that I can recommend. Make sure that this is adapted for travel. And what that means with this specific one is that it has a zip in the back. Unfortunately, it does come with all of these little plastic particles, but before you leave for a trip, you literally empty all of the contents out. It packs flat and obviously weighs absolutely nothing in your bag, and when you get to the other side, you can fill it up with whatever you have there. You can fill it up with sand, which I've done before, beans, rice, whatever works. And Bob's your uncle, you're good to go. Fourth on the list are these bad boys. I pretty much take these binoculars everywhere I go with me. That includes little day missions, weekend adventures, longer bush trips. This particular brand is called Lynx. Their customer service is amazing, really, really good, and the quality of the binocs is also phenomenal. For the longest while, I owned a pair of cheap and nasty binoculars that I think my dad got us as Christmas gifts when we were younger. And just looking through this pair of binoculars and seeing the difference in quality and glass has been mind-blowing. For anyone out there who does enjoy being outdoors or enjoys your bird watching or being in the bush or wherever, I would highly recommend having a good pair of binoculars in your arsenal. I'm sure that many of you will have seen that this backpack has appeared in a lot of my content before, and that's because I pretty much use this thing on a daily basis. To maintain complete transparency, I was doing a campaign with this brand Tropic Fuel a few months ago, and as part of the package that they sent me, the backpack was included. The campaign is long over, so I have absolutely no obligation to be nice about the backpack, but let me tell you that this thing has surpassed all of my expectations. So this particular backpack is called the Shell backpack, and what's amazing is that this thing goes from being 22 liters to expanding to be able to carry 40 liters. So I'm quickly going to walk you through some of the features that I really love on this backpack, and starting on the back, that includes the material that is used. This material doesn't make you sweat unnecessarily so, and it is also supported with these nice big cushy pads both up here and down here, which if you're carrying heavy camera gear or if your contents in your bag are heavy, it just works really well. Moving around to the front of the bag, you've got your little zip pocket up here, which I usually put my phone and important cables in. There's another little pocket in here. And then this looks a little bit funny now. I know Tropic Fuel do have these like tech pouches or vanity bags that kind of clip onto the front. I don't have that, but I've seen it and it looks pretty great. And then on the sides, you have got drinks bottle holders. I stash my little Joby tripod in here, so that works really well. A key feature of a photography bag that works really well for me anyway is this big back zip, which means that you can open your bag like this, unzip my camera cube and grab whatever I need out of here. As you can see, it also has a laptop sleeve. I'm not really interested in backpacks anymore that don't have a laptop sleeve. This is super padded as well, so you know your laptop is safe. And it's got these two pouches, which I keep SD cards in, I keep extra cables, things like that. I forgot to mention that this backpack actually has a little secret zip at the back, which is nifty for any important essentials. Passport, keys, money, things like that. And then moving on to the expandable part of this bag. The zip is over here, and you literally just pull the extra bit of bag out, like that. This clips on here. Like that. And you have an expandable bit where you can put a small sleeping bag, you can put shoes. That's really, really cool. This is the Black Diamond 350 lumen Revolt head torch. It comes in a variety of colors and has a rechargeable battery in the back, which is amazing. But if you are on a longer trip and you don't have access to electricity, it can also take 3 AAA batteries in the back. Another cool feature on this head torch is this little thing over here. There's no button, but if you just tap it, it automatically takes it to the highest volume. And if you tap it again, it takes it back to where you had programmed your head torch. There is also a lock button at the top of the head torch, and this just prevents your torch from turning on accidentally in your bag if it rubs up against something, or it can lock in the brightness that you want, so if someone accidentally touches the button, it won't adjust the brightness. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would be highly praising an item like this. But this thing has been such a remarkable accessory and bag to have when going on trips. So this bag we put on the top of the roof racks and we strap it down with stratchets. We put anything inside from wolf boxes. Yes, it fits a wolf box. In fact, this is scalable up to 90 liters. So this bag actually has a pressure release valve over here. So you pack all of your gear in here, you roll down the top and it connects onto this Velcro. And this is a one-way release valve. So you open it slightly, get rid of all of the air, and it fits your stuff perfectly inside. So that rounds up the list of 7 of my most recent gear and travel accessories that I have honestly found made my life so much easier. I have listed all of the products in the description below, so feel free to check it out. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section below and I will definitely get back to you. Lastly, just a word from Squarespace, the sponsors of today's video. So, what is Squarespace? Squarespace is an all-in-one platform which allows you to very easily put together and create your own blog, online shop, or website. They have award-winning ready-made templates for whatever style you're looking for, and very nifty features such as built-in SEO tools, i.e. this helps you determine who your audience is, where they are coming from, and how they're finding you, as well as email marketing and all of the other tools necessary to help build your online store. If you're interested in a free trial, head to squarespace.com, and if you're interested thereafter in signing up with Squarespace, head to squarespace.com/Nicole Eddy, and this will give you 10% off of your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.